Welcome to day 461 of the journey begins. I think we're going to rest here, let night clear out. And then we are going to head back to Overmorrow. And we are live on sugarcane. YouTube, Twitch, and TikTok. Oh, hello. We're gonna grab a little sugarcane, then head back to Overmorrow. I think we have sugarcane over there, but why not? Oh, hello in Lydia Simon. Yeah, we can do this. Okay. Because we'll need this to make. Oh, we have paper, so some paper over there. So, Charlie, in. Our portal. There's our portal. Oop. So now we'll reset spawn again here. This will take us out into Haven's End. Yep, here we go. So we are now in Haven's End. I don't want to fly yet until we get more of the netherrack cleared up, but the goal of Haven's End is to, well, have a safe place in the nether, but also have a way to fast travel a little bit into the overworld. So since we're 1,000 by 1,000, we can go from 0 to negative 8,000 in the southwest, a little quicker. Oh, Brendan. Since every block in the nether is 8 blocks in the overworld, so it should add a little bit of quick travel there. The portal that we came in on will eventually become our stable, so we'll have horses here that we can take if you don't want to use elytra. Ooh. Hey, Brendan. Oop. How are things going? We're traveling through what will become our city in the nether, Haven's End. We're heading towards our portal in the southwest corner, so we can go to Overmorrow, our city at spawn. We're going to stock up on some rockets, and then we're going to make our way down what we're calling the storyline. So the path that's going to go out from there to a new city called Inkwood. And we're going to work on that today. We're laying out a trail and a couple towns that we're going to build up that will eventually become part of a bigger story that we're trying to build. And the trail is going to be something of a build of itself. Something that looks a little nicer, not something like this that was early days of Minecraft. Try to make it have a little texture, a little life. So this portal should take us to spawn, to Overmorrow. Here we go. Let's reset spawn here so that we don't have to travel too far. Yeah, I don't know that it will take just 2 weeks, but yeah. We can go up here and see if we can get a view of Overmorrow. Yeah, it's well, it's to be a good spot to get a view of Overmorrow. There we go. Okay. So we'll start on the north. So we have Adventurer's Gate below us. We're going to expand this out and make it a little more prominent. Right now we're just using kind of grass blocks and some basic diorite to frame it out. We have what we're calling Dawn Bridge, so this big pathway here, and then we're going to work some story into that as well. So torches on the wall for like everyone who's crossed the bridge, maybe work in some statues, little things like that. And this will be the only build north of what we're standing on. So this will become an actual wall. We'll just have it framed out right now, and it will run perpetually in each direction. So we're not going to do that all at once. Just whenever we don't have a project to work on, we'll add to the wall, but it will effectively cut off the north from south. So Overmorrow is this half circle here. It's 513 diameter. We're working color into our navigation. So the white side on the river here is the east, and the black is on the west side. Our building here is our creeper farm. We have a park, our clerics, little hall. The towers, we're going to keep them, but clad them in something more appropriate for the town. Those are going to be kind of watchtowers, and not sure how we'll work that into the story yet, but the first one is the original height in Minecraft of 256. And the one on the west side is to the 320. So we want to kind of work those into the story there. Have them be kind of watchtowers in the story, but we'll use them as storage here for practicality probably. And it's just me playing, but it's a 10-player realm. So we divide the circle every 18 degrees. And so the story we're working on is on the third realm right now. It's basically, I think it's a 20-25 diameter circle. So it's not wide yet. I do want to make the base a little wider to make it look not so like toothpickish. But that is the plan. So I guess we can fly around a little. Yeah, so it's way. Yeah, so we press that. So it's high enough there. So it's not super wide, but again, we want it to be kind of tower-esque, but we do want it a little bit wider at the base, so it's not quite so simple. And the same thing with our creeper here. So it's just practical side now, but eventually we're gonna put a dome on top and then some levels and decks kind of on the lower levels, and kind of give it a little character. We're saving that kind of stuff for later, trying to get kind of the framework down so we have things to kind of bounce between. So whatever we're in the mood for, we'll have a project for. And also, oh, thank you. And we also want to have some things that we can kind of put to like a community vote once we kind of build the community. So we can do things that are more interesting to anyone that's around. So with that, I think we'll... Oh, we're low on rockets, so let's actually go to our creeper farm and grab some paper and gunpowder and make some... I think we stored some paper over here. Yeah, paper. Do we have any in there? So we'll go inside. We can show off a little bit of this. Oh, we left the door open. So we've had a few creepers escape. So we've modified things a little bit. We've increased our tunnel here. Well, made it a little more straightforward. The inside of this collection chamber here is observers on the bottom that are looking at pressure plates. So whenever a creeper lands on there, the pistons just kind of go around and eventually push them down this one wide tunnel here. They land on the fire. And yeah, when the fire takes care of them, we collect the gunpowder down here. Do have to be careful though. We built this little shack here, just use our AFK account to get the gunpowder. Because we apparently forgot to put a torch somewhere in here, or didn't have a fire close enough together, and somehow one of the creepers found a way down. We do have glass blocking most of it, but I think this part here must have been where one escaped and caused a little havoc. But we rebuilt, and here we are. Let's build as many rockets as we can. Okay. Is it this one? Okay. Guess it doesn't matter then, so we'll just do it on the top. So this auto crafter that we have here is to make TNT that we're going to use to clear out the nether that we came through earlier. So every time we come through, we let it generate a few. Oh, but we probably, yeah, we didn't have enough gunpowder in there, so. But you get the idea. Okay, that's enough rockets for now. Well, there's still some paper, so why not just... Yeah, there we go. And then we can drop a few of these in here. We'll organize that later. Put the rest of them in here. Perfect. I think that does all of we need here. Okay, perfect. Yeah, okay. So if you're still around, Brendan, are you working on any Minecraft projects? Right, so let's head out. Where did we put that trail? It's over here somewhere. Okay. This is our storyline. So our story is going to kind of follow this path. So we leave Overmorrow, work our way to Inkwood. Inkwood leads to Garden Temple, and from there it leads to Waters Bay. So this is kind of how we're connecting the story together. It's just here for planning right now. So eventually we'll turn it into an actual like cobblestone and dirt road and make it look like we didn't just plop down a bunch of cobblestone. But that path takes us here. From that, our caravan will go here. We'll take this, make this a little much more shallow slope down here. Again, we're just kind of focusing on the practicality of it now, just to have something in place. Oh, nice. Oh, hello. Yeah, welcome back. What kind of sewing work, if you don't mind me asking? All right, what do we have here? Ooh, some copper. Oh, I guess we had a lot of stuff here that we forgot to collect last time, so we'll collect this. Chose to do kind of underground because we didn't want to do just like a simple bridge. Oh, right. So we need to clear that out too. So this is going to be a much wider, much kind of grand tunnel that's going to connect where that path ended over to the land that okay. Nice. I've done some minor machine repair in the past as well. I haven't done it myself, but it was a cool concept that I saw someone hack a automated knitting machine to basically give it a picture and then have it well, knit that into something simple like a sock or scarf. Kind of electronics and modern sewing machine is impressive. All right, so what direction was it? This direction? Yeah, so that is the direction we came from. So we're going to just path our way to Inkwood from here. We're just kind of not too worried about how things look. Oh yeah, you've been up to anything? Any more Pokemon or other projects? Okay, let's see which go. This way? Yeah, I think we want to go this way. We're going to take out some trees, light things up. Oh, we had a torch there. Oh well. Oh, forgot to mend our shovel again. Welcome in. This way. And right now we're not worrying about any kind of gradient or anything like that. We're just kind of trying to get some kind of practical path that we can then kind of flesh out later. And then decide how much curve we want to add and oops. Other decor. Go this way. So the Inkwood we're gonna build here is gonna be like from the ground up, kind of a large island kind of surrounded by rivers. Not exactly what we had in mind, but it's gonna be close enough. And all of this is part of 2 stories, I guess. We'll have, hopefully sometime in the next month or 2, we'll have the Compodium ready to, a builder's journal, I guess we'll call it. That will be on GitLab, which will be free, open, and kind of how Minecraft realm itself or world itself came to be, and then an actual kind of written novel that is a different story, but one that we're building in Minecraft, so it won't have any Minecraft assets in it, which is where Overmorrow and Inkwood and Haven's End come from. So those are places that we're designing in the story come from, or where they did come from. But as far, and then the Compodium will be more like, you know, why are there iron golems and endermen and stuff like that in the world? And we'll just kind of ignore those in the other story. So I can't really do much there. So maybe I'll just do, and the storyline itself is a 45-degree angle. Figure out by arctangent of y over x, or y over x in the case of Minecraft. And so that puts us, since we're on the 45 now, in the third realm that we mentioned earlier. The road won't be perfectly diagonal. We don't want it to be quite so rigid. We'll just, that's why we're kind of using the single line cobblestones. Have kind of a base to work off of, and then we can add villages and mini adventures and stuff along it. And then we can kind of just remove the cobblestone as we go. That way we have a story that feels a little bit more, I guess lived in would be a good description. We're going to need to do some terraform over here. Because we have about 800 blocks to go. Okay. We have flint and steel. So we might have to go back. Maybe we'll try to go work our way from Inkwood back. Because this path is, we basically want the path to cut through here. And then it's going to end. Oh. Yeah, we basically need to cause some, use some fire to take down some trees. Oh, we'll come in 10 millimeter. Too late? Oh no, we can set a bed here. Good. So we'll go over to our, call it our progress tower. Not sure what we call this yet. So this, since we don't have a happy gas jet or anything that we can just kind of float and kind of get a view of what we're working on, we built this. It's not actually going to be permanent structure. I mean, maybe we could work it into a clock tower or something, but yeah, let's not jump off just yet. This, yeah, so we can see the water here is going down. We need to clear that out and clear that out here, widen it a little bit. You can see we're working back here to kind of separate Inkwood from the land over there. I mean, we could leave it as kind of a backdrop here and build our library up top. Back into the distance, but we're leaning with the idea of having a portal in here somewhere that goes somewhere far off, versus having it be visible. So the Inkwood itself would be kind of unassuming and not seeming like there's a lot to it. And then you go through the portal and you'd have like a library complex that's even bigger than the town itself. And yeah, so that's the plan there. I mean, that wouldn't be a bad idea to just have, well, I don't want the library kind of exposed though. Uh, like having the town here and that there. I mean, I guess we could have gone the other way and put the library on the island and town out there, but yeah. But that marker there is pointing yeah. Is pointing back to Overmorrow. So the road would have to, I guess, could come in through here. And then the library is over here. I still want to figure out how to kind of work in the scene that we have in our stories. So I think we're probably going to have to stick to turning that into an island because there's no easy way to cut this off. Yeah, so even if we built something out here and turned this into a library, let's get up here. Okay. Yeah, so even if we did make this into something kind of grand and put a town over there with like a bridge into it, it wouldn't be a bad idea, but we want something really big for our library complex, and we're only about 1,000 blocks away from the Garden Temple. So we might start getting into like rendering issues where if we turn it up high enough, we could see that far. So I think we're going to stick to the plan of having a well somewhere. So let's see. What can we drop off? Oh, we can take barrel, but we can drop off like trees, flowers. Okay. Take some of this. So we'll do another barrel and we'll drop off some copper. And yeah, if there's any other questions about the world or gaming setup or anything, feel free to drop them in the chat. Yeah, that's fine there. Okay. Oh, I guess we could just put this stuff up there and then. Let's take a couple. Oh, yeah, we don't need to do that. So we'll just do this. Okay. Oh, so we were building. That's right. We were building. Cobblestone there. So where do we put this then? Yeah, we'll put this. Well, since we have enough, maybe we'll just leave this here and we'll put our sugar cane there. We got it. So we can turn our wood into planks, then turn that into chest. That'll be good enough. Okay. And I don't think we do have some cobblestone. Not a lot. We're gonna do some mining for that. But in the meantime, we can do something like this. We get our wall kind of set up today, and we'll know where we need to dig for later. So I think that'd be a decent plan. And it'll give us a color that we can use to kind of border the wood so we can see the shape. And yeah, okay. Too high so mobs don't come out of don't come out of the water to get us. So something like that, and then we'll have to get our shovel repaired before we do anything. This should help with that. Okay. I mean, we're not gonna clear out all of it like that. That would not be a good use of time, but that should help there. Yeah, okay. Now let's... Oh, we got our... we were putting some sugar cane there, but we already have enough now, so let's... we'll leave that there for now. Because we want to have things like... Oh, like carrots, sugarcane, like basic farming stuff around at all the cities so that we have the supplies we need anywhere we go for that kind of basic stuff. And then we can go to like specialty places like Barter's Bay or something that might have the large smelters or whatever we do for like an ice city or something to help with that. Oh. Where does the line come through over here? Okay. Oh, perfect. Yeah, so this comes over here. So this wall is going to need to come this way. Oh, let's put some stuff on the wall. Right. And then now we're out, but that should help. And this will get cut through in this waterway here. Oh, welcome in, Conjured. Okay. And then, yeah, so we'll clear that out. We'll widen this waterway over there. Probably widen it into the hill a little bit so we have some space for adding enough buildings on the interior to have it feel a little bit. All of this will be the waterway to probably shoot for like maybe 9 or 13. Uh-oh. Ouch. Ouch. Let's light some things up. Oh. Oh. We have some mobs ganging up in that little tunnel over there. Okay. So let's go back to base and hope that creeper doesn't follow us. There you go. Where'd he go? Okay. All right. All right. So let's go over here. We forgot. We need to make more. Oh, we need to make our torches, but we are out of. Did we not leave any coal here? Do we actually have to make some? Yes, we do. Yeah, we keep at least a partial stack on of coal blocks on us so that we can generate coal instead of just look, Brendan again. Instead of having both the coal block and the coal, this way we can kind of just put down what we need and save a little on inventory space. I feel like there was some that they were ganging up in here somewhere. Okay. Maybe that wasn't as big an issue as what? I mean, we're not going to leave all these torches down either. We're just, again, kind of using these to frame this area. Oh, okay. Oh, we got some firefly bushes out here. Oh. So, let's go this way. There's some kind of tunnel in there. We can explore that later. But what I'm really curious about is this. Welcome in, Oscar. The river kind of not floats around, goes around. We're going to have to figure where we want to cut things off. I wonder if we could have the wall. No, the wall has to go on this side because the water there. But that is an interesting piece of architecture. It's kind of a ravine, so I wonder if we could fold that into the story somehow, since we have kind of a ravine issue. So we'll light up some of this underbrush. Now let's go back. Time anyway. Okay. We actually could. Oh. Okay, so we got a lot done here as far as just lighting stuff up. But we need a lot of cobblestone over here. So as we're widening the tunnel, we'll need that because that to finish this kind of border here. Right here is going to be our bridge. So we have lots of wood, right? Maybe we'll just do... Maybe we do something like this. We'll turn this into planks. And then... trapdoors? Planks would be good enough for now. Oh, maybe... Oh, we don't have a water bucket on us, so... We'll do that later. That'll be good enough for now. So we'll come here. Do it in the bottom half so we don't get spawns. There, okay. Perfect. Welcome in Bronze and J. Cool. Okay. And we'll just fill this in a little bit with the slabs that we have. Although, let's check one thing. And if we have it, that would be great. And we don't. So I was looking for some flint so that I can make a flint and steel so that we could take down the trees a little faster. I don't know if we'll get any out of this or not. Let's just do it once and see. Oh, do fortune. There we go. We have steel in that, so now we can do flint and steel. Perfect. Perfect. So let's do this. I'll bridge this over a little bit. We'll fix this up later. We're trying to get better about not having just one-dimensional builds. Although we are going to have to watch that since we are catching fire to our bridge. And like we did. Because we didn't use stone slabs. Alright, so let's see if that works. That catch things on fire there. Perfect. And we can clear out a little bit here, so hopefully the fire doesn't spread our bridge. There we go. Okay. And now we can kind of light up our path back to where we were working on earlier. The path that was coming in from Overmorrow. some more fire over here. Okay. This should be fine then. So this will come this way. This way? No. So it's actually, I want to go this way. Oh yeah, no, I do want to go down. So it's, here's our angle. Where's our storyline? Oh, so our storyline is going to be somewhere over here. All right. Those we want to keep because that was not us. That looks like it was some of the terrain generation. And we're trying to keep in Soul. Trying to keep in some of the oddities that come in through the old terrain. And yeah, so we want to go off in this direction actually. Right. Yeah, so that's what we'll come down here. We'll light this up. So and our the height that we kind of fall back to is 67. Just kind of a magical number for lack of a better word. It's where our first portal into the nether, it was the height in the nether. I guess it all happens to be the height in the overworld too. But so we kind of stuck with that as a number that we want to kind of carry through the story. That kind of, okay. Wow, there's a lot of bad guys out there. So see, we light up here. We're gonna go that way. Let's go back in. Take a rest and then we'll head out. Or we'll start lighting up that way for a little bit longer, then we'll come back and that will probably be a stream. We haven't been doing as much terraforming this time around. Because we want to kind of make sure we're slowing it down a bit and make sure we're actually going for all the stuff that we want. Right, so we're gonna go this way. And we're over here. Yeah, we can curve up here. Curve this way. These are already on fire up here. Yeah. So this path is going to be we can kind of set ourselves on fire and burn a path through. The forest here. Grab some of the flowers first and then set things on fire. Okay. Going this way. Probably need a few flint and steel so that we can get this all done. Okay. The fire over there. Oh. Then it's gonna go burn. I mean, I guess it wouldn't hurt to chop down some of this stuff and then just burn what we can't get. I mean, we do have a tree farm, but why not? So grab carrot. There. Okay. What? Oh. These things on fire because we're going to like 1200 or so. All right. Mossy cobblestone here. That do its thing. Come through this way. Light a couple more on. We're about 200 off on the X, so we're gonna have to find a way to kind of curve. And we're gonna have to stop catching ourselves on fire. So, okay. Pretty close to an hour here, so maybe we'll just kind of wander over somewhere. Way? Oh, so now we need to go this way. Now we need to go, what, north? Uh, okay, perfect. And okay, but if I'm missing anything, feel free to double post in the chat. If there's any questions on story or Minecraft or games in general, streaming setup, anything kind of in that ballpark, feel free to pop it in. Anything you think would add to a world like this? I guess one thing we forgot to mention earlier. Every 6 months we take a backup and we put it up on GitLab. I think on Twitch, Nightbot posts it every so often, but on TikTok, it's you can get to it by going to Linktree, which is on our profile, and it will be on our outro screen whenever we finish up. But it's Linktree or linktr.ee/Media, and there'll be a link there to GitLab, and the world is available for anyone to use. It's a survival bedrock. Okay, so then we go this way. Go to B. Okay. Close now, so we want to make our way back to Overmorrow, right? So there it is. So now we need to curve the path over here. So this path needs to follow the coast. We just need to take note of that. This path needs to follow the coast a little ways. And then we build the path and cut into Inkwood. I think that's good. That'll feel kind of natural. That's what we're going for. So with that, we'll head back to Overmorrow because we need to mend our tools before we do anything else. So we'll end our stream and mend our tools later. And oh yeah, this village here is close to our connecting line, so we'll want to tie that into this because we want to have like the major villages, towns, but then have some of the other little just I don't know, suburbs or whatever you would call a suburb of a village. To add just a little more character. So we'll go actually into our zombie experience farm. Load new B. Is it over here? Yeah, it's over here. Okay. We'll whack a few zombies and then we'll call it a stream and we'll continue tomorrow. But there we go. I wanted to show this. Okay. Hello, young alpaca. I wanted to show, so this is kind of the tunnel that we were looking at. Hello, young alpaca. How's it going? I'm doing good. How about yourself? So this tunnel is what will go underground where the storyline kind of ends at the water. This is what it will look like underground and comes back up on the land side where Inkwood is. So this still isn't completely decorated, but something more purposeful like this. But that's the idea there, is to have that not look so simple. That is a good question. So our cam on our left side here is showing our input device of the moment. So we're using the Cyborg 2 to play. So we haven't been playing Minecraft with a keyboard in a few years now. We use M570 trackball mouse, and then we've used a joystick, Logitech controller, like similar to PlayStation 1, the Tartar Razer Tartarus, which is similar to the Cyborg but less buttons and more of a like numpad with a key thumbstick on it. So we're trying different input methods just to see what we like and different ways you can play. And as we have resources, so next I kind of want to try Leap Motion to see if we can do kind of hand motions to control the characters, so kind of play Minecraft with magic. We also want to get some Logitech buttons and pedals so that we can have it feel more immersive by using the pedals to walk and run. As we're trying to not only build a story in the world, but kind of see what peripherals work and hopefully help people figure out what might help them play better if they don't particularly like keyboard or whatever input device. I know a lot of people play with like the WASD, but the first thing I do in Minecraft when I started 5-6 years ago was change it to arrow keys, and then that kind of evolved into trying other input devices. On the Logitech 60 controller, I forget the exact name of it, but something like that, 360 Extreme, something like that. You can play it out of the box. I wouldn't recommend it. It's rather difficult. If you have the time, you can find some Python libraries to kind of hijack the input and map it to actual keyboard keys. I just haven't got around to doing that, so I haven't done more than, I think I played maybe a week or two with the joystick. But we also have multiple accounts of Minecraft too, so we play PC, Chromebook, Switch, and mobile. So multiple play styles, so we have experience there. I need to fix this so I don't bob up and down so much. There we go. What else would we say? Oh, and we have the multi-person realm, but it's just me playing on it, but I have 3 accounts that I play on. So this account that we call the hero account, an account that we call the spirit account, we just give it, say, gold armor in the nether and a block of, or stack of whatever blocks to place. And when it runs out, we just jump in lava, pick a fight with the ghast, and just start over. That way we don't have to worry about losing anything important. And then an AFK account, so we can kind of separate our hours of waiting in a bamboo farm, gold farm, whatever, and have an idea of how much time goes into more active play. I mean, we are counting this as active play, but anything where we're not just like sitting around for hours. Okay. Oh. Can combine. It won't be enough to make a stack, but we can combine those. Okay. Yeah, that's good enough. We keep the rotten flesh from the zombies here, which is why we have this tunnel in the background there that connects over to what's going to be our cleric hall. We only have one there now, but it works enough for our needs. We can trade the rotten flesh for emeralds, and then we can turn that into emerald blocks for building, diamond tools for clearing out the nether, whatever we need to buy from villagers. That's the plan there. Well, we're here, so guess we could fly out there maybe and take a end on the surface in Overmorrow. A little bit nicer to look at. And this was kind of our goal of making the tunnels this large to be able to kind of fly down them. We will need to incorporate some color into them, both for direction and for safety. So we'll want to put, you know, some, I don't know, like yellow, orange, red kind of lights or something to kind of indicate to slow down when you're flying, so you don't crash into a wall. Trying to incorporate those little nuances into the world as we go. At some point, we also plan to replace these kind of stairs with either scaffolding or slabs or actual stairs, things that aren't so jerky as we're about. So if that does bother anybody, like, feel free to put that in chat. Like, it is something we're aware of and planning to work on. And if it bothers enough people being jerky, we'll bump that up in priority. Oh, but there's... All right, all right. Uh-oh. A little one after us. Oh, no. Okay. I don't mind baby zombies as much anymore. It's mostly the zombies with tridents. Or the drowned tridents, I guess. Okay. You're not doing anything bad, so we'll leave you around. This tower here goes from, well, town height to build height, so that's 320 up there at the ledge. The other tower that's going to appear in the distance here is 256, so the earlier height, build height of Minecraft. And getting better at that. They're not going to stay gray. We'll give them some texture and life and whatnot. They're more or less placeholders. They're roughly, I think, 90 blocks either direction of center. So they're going to be kind of the watchtowers, but we'll use them for storage. Center line is our Adventurer's Way and the Dawn Bridge here. Nothing, we're not building anything north of the wall other than this. So this is just kind of a send off to anyone that wants to explore the untouched. And then all the building occurs on this side. So Overmorrow is where kind of the world comes together. So this is spawn, and then you can head out in any one of your realms that you want to go to. Realms are every 18 degrees on this circle. And if you need to figure out your angle, it's like arctangent of y over x, or z over x in this case. That gives you a pretty good approximation of the angle for Minecraft. The diameter here is 513. We did have to kind of adjust things a little in the corner over here, but for the most part it's a semicircle. And we'll explain this periodically as we kind of fill up the city and finish the terraforming. It's all going to be grass, eventually have crops, various buildings, So we have the clerics building that we came up in over there, a little park. We'll have a lava shop. We'll give it some other name, a little garden. What was this one? I think this was going to be like our dripstone maker, or whatever we end up calling that. Oh, thank you. The hole in the background there is going to be our bamboo farm. So there's a functioning bamboo farm down there, and you can find photos of that on our Instagram, Blue Sky, TikTok. Our poultry house, so our chicken, cooked chicken. I think this one over here is going to be our leather farm. This is our string factory, so roughly 40-50 blocks straight down are a couple spider spawners, a skeleton spawner, basically part of a mine shaft. It's not a double spider spawner. We can't have both of them on at the same time, but we tied one of them to a water shaft that spits them up, and then it pushes it along the water path here, and then spits them up higher, just to give it a little visual. And then they fall into a hopper and get collected into a chest that we can use for bows, scaffolding, whatever else we need. And that's why there's scaffolding around it, so we're kind of the string farm took me probably about a week or so of like an hour a day, give or take. All of it is on the VOD. I think I spelled it all right. Yep. Not that it's super exciting, but it is in the VOD. But yeah, it probably took, if I had to guess, maybe 2 months, give or take, to level this area out. So if you look, well, actually, this is probably better. Like this kind of hillishness, and maybe half the height of this sand hill in the distance is what all of this down here was. So we leveled all of that. So probably different topology from, I don't know, 60 something to 100 something. So we leveled that down to 67. The portal, where's that portal at? A portal around here somewhere. Oh yeah, so this portal here goes to Haven's End and the Nether, which is 1,000 by 1,000 slabbed foundation for a city we're going to build in the Nether. That's been an ongoing project for a few years now. Whenever we've done that for a few months, then we switch over to something like this just to kind of break it up. We're probably close to 80% done of laying down the slabs, and then we'll clear out the netherrack above, which is probably in the order of 30 to 40 million netherrack we need to clear out. And yeah, so we have lots of things that we can show as we kind of get the community going and people want to see different things. A lot of that stone has come from under the garden temple, which we didn't visit today, but we have 15, 20 tunnels under there that are like 10 by 10 by 100. So we collect the regular stone out of that, turn that into slabs, and send it off to Haven's End. And the goal there is to have a city, so like a safe place in the Nether. And then we can fly around and get to places at least within an 8,000 square radius. Yeah, it is. Yeah, we've been working on this since we were really casual, like 2019, early 2020, and then we started playing a little more regularly, a little more purpose, and trying to get away from just like single wide tunnels and paths and give things a little more character. So when we see something like a single line, it's either something from like day one Minecraft, or it's intentional as a guideline. So the diorite line here will go away. We're just keeping it in place for now because it tells us where center is, so we can use that to kind of balance the city so it doesn't feel too lopsided as we add buildings. So with something this big over here, we need to build, a park or something over there so that it's not too many big buildings on one side and not the other. Because we might have like cities where we do something like that, where the center of the city would have more tall buildings, but that's not the case with Overmorrow. And our regular schedule is an hour every Saturday and Sunday, usually in the afternoon, so post 2 p.m. Pacific time. But lately we've been trying to play every day for at least an hour, so at least for the foreseeable future, we'll continue the evenings during the weekend, and we're trying to shoot for starting between 10 and 11 a.m. Pacific time during the week. That kind of fluctuates on what we have to do those days, but trying to stick to that plan. Okay. So I think that's probably pretty good. Well, maybe we can oh no, we can't go up that high. We can revisit the TNT farm, and then we'll probably call it there unless anyone else has any other questions or wants to see any of the other builds. We can go visit the Garden Temple or Barter's Bay if anyone is interested. So what was that, young alpaca? A go? Oh. So that's the TNT that we collect, or the gunpowder we collect from this apparatus here. So we have 4 or 5 layers of these ice, packed ice. And then we use a combination of trapdoors on the ground and buttons on the ceiling of each layer, which is not our design. We got it from Silent Whisperer, who I think was building it based off somebody else's design. We modified it a little bit to send things down a central tunnel versus the sides. But as creepers fall down the sides or fall down the center, they get collected in this area, which is a piston, observer, and then pressure pads in front of it, pressure plates. So when the pressure plate goes off, the observer kicks off, sends a signal to the pistons, pushes the creeper, and it will get pushed around until it falls down. Ooh, that's rough. Hopefully you had a bed nearby and had a good save. We have not fought the warden yet, but we do have an ancient city that we need to go find again. I forgot where we left it off, but it's somewhere in our VODs. But our plan with the ancient city is to remove all of the alerting stuff for the warden, and then limit it to an area that we can control and build something that looks like it fits with the city. That we can pull the warden up to a sufficient height and drop it onto some dripstone. That works. I don't think that's been changed. Oh, hello. Yeah, we have some of those tasks in our backlog too. So we need to fight the warden. Whether we have fought the dragon one. I mean, we have fought the wither in a creative copy of the world, but not in the actual world yet. We have visited trail ruins, but we haven't got what is it? Trail keys, so we don't have the hammer or wind chargers, any of that kind of stuff yet. Once we get kind of our path and builds them. But hopefully you didn't lose much alpaca. That's one thing I was kind of when we get to our warden is if we could use a laze to fetch gear. But we'll have to see. Because when we get into that, we want to kind of make it part of the story and see that's rough. Hopefully you have some extra diamonds. So we don't have it here to show off, but in the garden temple we have the heart of the temple has a room that has probably a couple stacks of diamonds, and then under the garden temple, through collecting all the stone, we've collected a pretty close to a double chest full of diamond blocks. So we can recreate diamond armor pretty easy, and then we can buy stuff from the villagers as well with our we have a bank in Haven's End that we trade sticks to get emeralds for armor. But we had a similar you can download this world and have all the diamonds you want. The world's available to everybody. But I bring that up. I had a much more embarrassing death. Got killed by a piglin not paying attention to my armor durability, I don't know, a year and a half ago or so. Which is why we only have a diamond helmet. We had full netherite armor, and we just decided not to recreate that. Just to remember to pay attention to our durability. Also, that's probably close to... I don't know if it will tell me here. I guess not, I have to look that up. Probably in the neighborhood of 3,000 hours or so into this world. Which maybe we'll go over. Yeah, let's sleep and then we'll fly over to... the garden temple and see how things are going. We're at negative 2,734. So let's fly over there. I think we have more than enough rockets to get us there. I think we have a short on our VOD channel that shows some of the tunnel work that we've been doing. But I have seen the warden a few times, but I have not tangled with them. That's interesting. That looks, it's very jagged, but that wasn't us. Oh, there's some high peaks over here. Oh, another little village nestled in here. Let's go. Yeah, another reason for going through the portals is it's a lot quicker to travel those 3,000 blocks. Oh yeah, we're gonna pass by Inkwood. That's a pretty good sized town over there. Not too far. We could probably add a little off-road to that. Right, so we should, well, not just yet. It's probably gonna be 3 or 4 more rockets. And but we're 34, so we're just now. Ah, here we go. Okay. So this structure here is going to go from build bedrock to build height. This is our garden temple. So we started with an initial straight pyramid, and then we decided to go with the kind of step approach so that we can do more of a garden and do a little more character to it. Right now it's mostly frame, but you can see as it renders in, it goes up to the new build height of 320. And a rather large area. So these lanes here so that we can drain the ocean. We use a combination of a flying machine, squeegee, and sponges to clear that out. Oh. And those little houses over there are kind of the intro, the harbor of Barter's. It's has a little, nothing was really finished there, but it has more more things laid out. So this tunnel also goes to Haven's End. But is it this one? Oh, maybe it's just a shulker box. Oh, we have diamonds other places too. But the reason we have those, and we're not going to go all the way down because it takes a couple minutes, is we have tunnel after tunnel after tunnel after tunnel of stone that we've mined out, and which includes the diamonds. Which actually, maybe we'll go far enough down. One of the tunnels we left, yeah, this one. We left all of the resources in it, so we can see, you know, the diamond generation, coal, redstone, copper, or iron, etc. Some lapis back there. We just kind of left everything in place, so we mined out all the stone and left this behind. And then it's far enough back that it doesn't even render the back wall, it just shows sky. But that gives an idea of that. And let's see, we haven't visited the heart in a while. Visit that really quick and then call it a stream. And go. Our glass coming out. Is it here? Yeah. This is our guardian farm there. An view of that. This stone is going to come down. This was going to be like just a tower base, but that felt too simple as we started building. So we're going to tear that down in favor of the garden temple here. And also, we had built this and then had a small temple there. And then as we started building, we started realizing how close they were together. And then when we expanded the temple, we realized that it was going to overlap. So we learned how far away we really need to have things, how far they appear early on as you're building. So 10, 20, 50 blocks seems far when you're having to run back and forth. But then once something actually gets built, thousands of blocks between bigger builds to make them feel like they're not on top of each other. Those are cloud viewpoints. But what we are looking for is the heart, which is somewhere over here. Oh, that creeper thing there, we're just going to turn into a statue. Yeah, we might complete the farm there. It is semi-functional as a creeper farm, but since we're going to have that at Overmorrow, then we might not need that. Okay. And in here we have using lava as the light. And then we have conduit so that we can use like a water elevator. Not sure what all is in here. Emerald blocks we left hanging around. Oh, our diamond storage room. Yeah, so we didn't have as much as we thought in here. We have some. Couple diamond blocks there. A couple in there. Let's go down here. Oh. We have some slimes. We have a spider in here somewhere. Okay. You don't need any help. Okay. Yeah, some of this needs cleaned up, but I kind of like some of these like reverse pyramid stuff. So we got some stuff. So the original thought for this was going to be collecting some of the like specialty items like diamonds, netherite, and whatnot. Ultimately, we kind of let that go. Oh, right. We had a. All right. here? Some copper. All right, we had a bunch of other materials that we had hanging around. We tried decorating it a little bit, so this is I think kind of the point where we started turning and started trying to build a little more intentionally. Yeah. If there's anything there. Where does this one go to? I think there's one more level below this. Yeah, okay. What is this? So, oh, we probably kept some iron in here. Oh no, they're pearls. Yeah, we haven't been in here in a while. Yep. One of the things about having a world that's so old, I forgot all what was in here. Okay, so we have 2 more levels. So let's go through here. Oh, we didn't fully enclose those in glass yet, but that would be the next step on this one. What do we got in here? Ooh. Yeah, some gold, some flint. Alright, so what's our... Oh, let me go down here. Yeah. This is the last level, so this is the end of the safety level of having our... The other levels had iron golems too, but I guess they, or one of the had iron golems, so I guess it kind of ran out because it looks like these guys are kind of beat up, so I guess the slimes got the better of them. But we'll patch these guys up. Okay, so they're all new. Okay. See our creeper rug here that we laid into the floor. So as you're coming down, you would kind of see that, indicating that this is the last floor. Last major floor anyway. Okay. Because you can take this down 1 more level. And there is a cavern system under this place. We haven't explored it or done anything with it yet. Because since we're doing bedrock to build height, we're just going to level everything down there anyway. But we haven't done a lot of exploring yet. But with that, oh yeah, there's no entrance from there. So I guess you would either come up from whatever we do down below or from up top. So there's no... Well, in the end, there won't be. I think we might have left a door over here. Yeah, I don't know where all this goes. Oh, that comes out. I don't think it's down there. I think it's... Is it this way? I think so. Maybe not. Maybe not. But we're gonna keep going down this path and see. Oh. Okay, so I guess that did run into one of these staircases, so that took us over. I think somewhere else we'd cut like a temporary door to get out within the area where we were staging for training the ocean, but anyway, gone a fair amount longer than we intended, so I think we will call it there. We have a few other things to do. Where did we go? Oh, yep. We came down all the way at the end. Wow. Okay, so we'll just do a little view like this as we do our outro, so hopefully more entertaining to look at. So thank you for joining day 461. The journey begins. We'll see you tomorrow sometime when the journey continues. If you want to be part of the auditorium and see more of what we're working on, you can check us out on Linktree. That's linktr.ee/mindtripmedia, and that will be on the outro screen as well. That will have links to the VODs for this, our other YouTube channels, mostly Lego Build channel, Blue Sky, Pinterest, TikTok, the world download for this, all of that kind of thing, any of our other projects. So feel free to check that out if you want to support in other ways. Feel free to spread the word if you do like it. And with that said, we'll see you tomorrow when the journey continues. Thank you everybody for joining. And appreciate the support. And we will, see you tomorrow.